Welcome everyone, I am Nishit Hingu of DJ Sangvi College, SAP ID 37, and today we are going to the fifth experiment of DLIC subject, which is V2I converter with ground and floating load. So this is for the first, which is floating load. This is the schematics. First we'll see the calculation for the resistance R. So in calculations, the values which we are given is V in. For a V in of 1 volts, we should get a current of 4 milliamps here in the RL, and for a V in of 5 volts, we should get a 20 milliamps. So by this formula, which is for floating load and grounded load both, IL is equals to V in by R. So we get the value of R as 250 ohms. So the value of R here is 250. We can take, as we can see here, that the current is independent of the load resistance, so we can take any value here, but which we will look into later after doing experiments. So let's run it. We'll do a DC analysis for this. Now we can click here, then right click here and select I across R1. Okay, so we can see the value is 4 milliamps, which we wanted. Now let's increase it to 3. So for 3 it should be 12. It should be a linearly increasing, so it is 11.99, which is approximately equals to 12. So let's see for 4 it is 16, so it is perfect. Now for 5, so for 5 also we are getting 20, which is what we wanted. So our floating load converter is working. Now let's check our ground. So in ground also same calculations. The value of the resistance except the RL we have taken as 250. The RL we will take as 250 as well. And now let's take the input as 1 volt, and let's check if we are getting the output as 4 milliamps. We can see the output across RL is 4. Let's increase it to 2. For 2 it is 8. Similarly for 4 and 5 it should be increasing. For 4 it should be 16, and for 5 it will be 20. So here from this equation we there is one drawback here, which I will tell you. For here we see that it is independent of the load resistance RL, but if we increase the load resistance, say we take 1 kilo ohms, and if we run it, we'll see that there is a drop in the current, which is not what we expected, as theoretically we see that it is independent of the load resistance, but practically when we do it, it is dependent on it. So this is not a converter or a configuration we will use to actually convert the voltage into current. As we see that if we are increasing this, let us make it 100k and check, the current goes on decreasing, and it is not ideally. Let's check the similar for the floating load configuration. Here also let us take 10k. Here also it is dependent on RL resistance, which is should not be the case, but it is. So this is the drawback of this schematics. It shows that it is, the formula shows that it is independent of RL, but when we actually perform it, we see that it is actually dependent on the RL resistance. Practical purpose, we never use this circuit. For all the practical uses, we can use this IC XTR111. This is its internal diagram. As we saw from previous, that having any resistance in the diagram in the circuit may cause the relation of output current RL and R cause the decrease or dependency on the current of the resistor. So here we can see that there is no resistors used on the internal diagram. It uses an MOSFET, and it has an RSET resistor which can be connected to the 7th pin, which for the output, for changing the I out, we can change the resistance value, and we can get a relation between the V in and I out similarly. So this was the experiment number 5 for DLSC subject. Thank you.